Hey cruisers, welcome from boiling hot California where we are over 100 degrees today and we just turned off our air conditioner, so we're probably going to last about 30 to 45 minutes. The AC in our house is extremely loud, so it would be very difficult to do a live stream with it on, so please forgive us. I do have a handy dandy ice pack to keep me cool, not joking, and I'm probably going to be shifting that around a little bit during the live stream to keep myself cool. Hope everyone is doing really well. We have missed all of you and we're happy to be answering general cruise Q&A questions today. Today's vlog is sponsored by cruiseline.com, where you can find reviews, tips, and photos from real everyday cruisers. Check it out in the description box below. We do have a link there that'll take you directly there. Lots of housekeeping to go over with everyone today. Thank you so much to all of you who were here in the pre-chat. We've had a lot of fun. We always do. If you ever decide to log in early, it's a really fun time to chat. I usually try to get in a few minutes before and say hello to everybody and even answer a few questions early if my schedule allows it. And today it did. We were really running on time today. We were super organized, so very much enjoyed being with all of you guys who came in early in the chat. Our next live stream should be 2 weeks from today, which should be July 21st, a Saturday at noon Pacific time, if all goes well and we're not traveling. That is the plan. We do have another episode scheduled to go out this next Thursday, which I think is maybe 9, 10, 11, maybe something like July 12th, I believe. Yeah, July 12th. Our What I Wore on my Carnival Splendor vlog is coming out that day. And then our food slideshow should be coming a week or two after that, and then a room tour. So we're wrapping up all of our Carnival Splendor vlog coverage. It was a great trip, and it's sad to be finishing up all the videos, but I know that you guys are anxious to see all of it. What else? Oh, something fun going on our Cruise Gear channel. We are going to be showing off all of Bandabo's new designs. Bandabos are those gorgeous towel tamers that I have been using for a very long time that I love so much. They have come out with new designs, brand new beautiful beach towels, and a new surprise product that we will be showcasing on our Cruise Gear channel. If you're not already subscribed, get over there and subscribe to Cruise Gear so that you will be notified when we go live. We're not sure if that's going to be a live reveal. A lot of it depends on the weather and if we can get a signal by the beach this weekend. We're thinking about going to the beach and filming that for you. And we have an exclusive and very, very generous discount code from Bandabo that we will be sharing with you as well. So make sure you're subscribed over on Cruise Gear. Let's get that channel up to 10,000 subscribers, you guys. We would love that. That is our goal. So help us to get to that goal. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A couple more things before we start doing general Q&A. Wanted to let you know that we have added new t-shirt designs to our Spreadshirt shop, which is also linked in the description box below. In addition to that, we have made our designs live on Teespring for 2 reasons. Number 1 reason is because their clothing comes in up to size 5X, and we had a lot of requests from people who love the Spreadshirt shop but couldn't get things over 2 or 3X, and then those sizes tended to run small, so we got all the designs over there and they go up to 5X. So if you're looking for the larger sizes, those are there. Another big reason that we signed up with Teespring is because YouTube just did something crazy, and they added what's called a merchandise shelf to channels who are of a certain number of subscribers. You can have a little link to your merchandise right underneath your videos. So you'll notice it's probably there today. When you see the replay, you'll probably see something that says Browse Cruise Tips TV merchandise. We were able to link to our t-shirt shop directly here on YouTube, which is so crazy. You'll actually see the t-shirt designs there. So the OG Cruiser shirts are in the house. There's a lot of fun new designs in addition to the OG Cruiser designs. We have a Get a Little Naughty shirt. We have some beautiful shell designs, some seahorses, and of course the OG Cruiser shirts that everyone requested. So I think I got all the housekeeping. Can you think of anything else? Your original? Oh, you guys, Mr. Cruise Tips TV's new t-shirt design. So funny. I cracked up when I came home from work and he showed me this design. It is a buffet pirate shirt and it is hilarious. It has like a skull, and instead of crossbones, it has a fork and a knife underneath the skull, and the pirate has a little patch. It is so cute. So anyway, the buffet pirate shirt is definitely his favorite. I loved it too, and people are telling us that they think it's funny. So hope that you guys Hope that you guys enjoy those and buy those if you're interested in either the Spreadshirt shop or the Teespring shop, which we'll link to both after the replay. Wanted to help a subscriber, Sheldon Griffith, asked us this week if on the Norwegian Bliss, and hopefully somebody can help me answer this question, if on the Norwegian Bliss, if you get a massage, do you get to use the other amenities for the day? Like, do you get to use the thermal suite? If anybody knows, let me know. I did not, unfortunately, get to visit that spa when I was on because I missed the tour. So that was kind of a bummer. But yeah. All right. So jumping into the chat to see what questions we can answer for you today. I'm going to scroll up just a little bit here and see if I can find some. Welcome to those of you who have just joined. We're so happy to have you here. I see a question from Tammy on how lenient are the weight regulations for luggage. Tammy, on cruise ships, they're very lenient. It's the airlines you need to be worried about. I've never seen anybody getting their bags declined because they were too heavy. So you should be okay. All right, let's see here. Thank you very much, Michelle, for shopping in our Amazon store. That's incredibly helpful to us, and there is a lot of really great stuff in there for cruises. We're also going to be able to organize that shop a little bit better today as well. That must be Kevin from Cruising with Wheels complimenting me on my hair. Thank you, Kevin, and congratulations on planning the group cruise. I saw your announcement. That is so exciting, and I know you guys are really going to have a great time, and you'll probably get a ton of people who are going to go. So congratulations. All right. Wow, Mary, first time you've ever seen a cruise ship. That's cool. Donna, yes, we can definitely recommend some good luggage sets. One of our favorite places to buy luggage is at ebags.com. And I can get a link for you. If you send me a private message on Facebook, I can get a link for you. And thank you so much to Beep848 for the awesome super chat. Woo woo. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Hope that helps you a little bit. Donna, if you don't want to buy something online, another thing we do a lot is we go to TJ Maxx, Marshalls, or Ross and buy our luggage there. They have name brands for really good prices, and sometimes they do have awesome sets. So hopefully that will help you. All right, looking for some more questions. Yeah, I did hear about that, Becky, that their coffee cards on Princess now have expiration dates on them. Jay Dura, if you put some Amazon things on hold, will it still be attached? I think the cookies probably do save those for a while, but if you start your shopping there, yes. Okay. Joe Ellen, how can you get on early? Do you mean get into the live chat early? Just start typing here early. You don't even have to worry about logging in special or anything like that. Natalie, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see here. Okay. Bear with me, guys. Everybody's very understanding that the chat moves really quickly. Just looking for a few questions for us to start working on. Oh boy, you guys are already talking about a group cruise here. I know. Mr. Cruise Tips TV is laying down the law. 100,000 subscribers, then we'll start talking about it. He's a man of his word too, so. Let's see here. Isaac is gaming how to control your sickness. Isaac, we have a lot of videos on motion sickness and many different strategies that you can use to control motion sickness. Some of the ways that you can do that would be to get a prescription from your doctor. If you already know that you suffer from motion sickness and it's a severe thing for you, you might want to start with your doctor. There are also non-medicinal ways to try to control it. One of those is a product called the Relief Band or the Relief Band 2.0, which sends waves through your P6 point and apparently helps out with motion sickness, morning sickness, chemotherapy related nausea, things like that. So those are wonderful. Also, I personally use what's called C bands, SEA bands. They are in our Amazon store, amazon.com/shop/Cruise Tips TV, and they're these little pressure point bracelets that you can use. I actually get a little bit motion sick sometimes on tenders if the tender is enclosed, and so I use those. Okay, Melanie, someone did tell me that you can keep the slippers in spa cabins, but you definitely cannot keep the robes. The robes have to stay, but if the slippers look disposable, you probably can keep them. Okay, let's get back up here. How you doing, Mr. Cruise Tips TV? Good. Any questions that you've been saving for me over there, or you've been too busy?
Well, I've been pretty busy, but there were a couple that came in real quick. Craig is taking back-to-back cruises from Port Canaveral to Tampa in a few weeks and wants to know if there's any big special way to make sure he gets off the boat early.
On a back-to-back?
Yeah.
Meaning getting off on your last day or in between cruises on your turnaround day? Clarify that for us because I don't understand exactly what you mean.
Yeah, and then Terry Bench says on our Cabo trips, our recent Cabo trips, they have 2 questions about the water taxi.
Sure.
Do you tip each way? Mm-hmm. And also, how do you know your water taxi will come back for you if you already paid?
That's a good question. Of course, there's no guarantee that they'll come back for you. I've done it probably 15 times and I've never had someone not come back for me. I think that they want to keep the tourists happy there. Cabo is a very tourism-driven town and they're pretty good about that kind of stuff, so I would not worry. Yeah, we do tip both ways, $1 or $2. Also, I should note that the rate that I paid and that was quoted to me in that vlog was a little high. According to some of our subscribers, they said that I overpaid, so you can definitely negotiate down a little bit from what they quote you. Did you know that, Mr. Cruise Tips TV? We've been overpaying for a while. Shailene and Kurt said that they pay like way less, so you can negotiate them down just a tiny bit. I think, go ahead. Sounds like us, yeah, I know, right? Melanie J, children are generally not allowed in the spa areas. Good question. Oh my goodness, yes, Becky, there are tons of things to do in the Long Beach Harbor. If you go back to our videos from Carnival Miracle, so watch for our Carnival Miracle pre-cruise and embarkation day videos from last year. So in 2017, you'll see lots of things to do there. There's an aquarium. It's fun just to walk around, honestly. There's lots of shops. The outlets is probably one of our favorite things to visit. The outlets are one of our favorite things to visit in Long Beach. They are wonderful. There's great hotels down there. It's just a beautiful place to be. Really enjoy it. So getting off the last day, Craig, the fastest way to get off, regardless of the type of cruise, is to do self-assist debarkation. So manage your own luggage. Keep your luggage light so that you can manage your own luggage. You will not be assisted with your luggage and walk off yourself. You will be the first people to get off that boat. Okay. All right. Kristen, does seasickness just not affect some people? You've never been seasick, but you've never been on hugely rough seas. Yeah, absolutely. Some people just don't get seasick. Or they don't get seasick under certain circumstances. For example, I'll give you a personal example. I get really seasick on sailboats and non-motorized small boats in the ocean. And in fact, I get any small boat in the ocean, I pretty much get seasick on. And even tenders, sometimes I feel a little bit woozy. But interestingly enough, as I have cruised more, my motion sickness and seasickness has gone away. On my first cruise, I got so dizzy and my husband and I both got a little bit seasick one day, but sometimes it just mellows out. Pamela Sasser wants to know, have you ever cruised to Hawaii with Princess? Your husband really wants to go. I highly recommend that you do one of those cruises. The problem is they're 15 days long. That's too much time off work for me, but they're lovely. And if there was any way that I could do them, I would do them. So highly recommend that. Thank you, Nancy, for the compliment on my top. It's actually a dress from Express from a few years ago that you've probably seen 50 times in vlogs. It's one of my favorite pieces of clothing when the weather is hot because it keeps me really cool. Okay, let's see here. Oh, Daniel, thank you so much. Daniel donated £5.49. Is it cents? 5.5 pounds, I believe. Thank you, Daniel, very much. It's really cool to see it in another currency. Appreciate that so much. Okay, let's see here. Blue Star Kaichi 21. Are there any websites that offer cheap cruises for single occupancy? I have checked Vacations to Go, but that one, as well as most travel agencies, only do double occupancy. What you need is a cruise ship that has single cabins, Blue Star. So you want to look at Norwegian's ships, and I believe some of Holland America's ships have single supplements too. So start with the right cruise ship, and then you can find single cabins there. Okay, Natalie wants to know, if you Scotch guard your hiking boots twice, is it good enough if it rains during excursion? Yeah, I think that would work. That's what I would do. You could get something waterproof. One of the things that we really love to do is get, we like Sperry duck boots for Alaska. They're wonderful. Oh, thank you so much, Mike and Cheryl. My goodness sakes, that was very, very generous. You guys did not have to do that. We love you too, and can't thank you enough for your loyalty and kindness to us over the years. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. I'd say you're buying us a new air conditioner. I always do my you're buying me lunch joke, but today it's like, can we just buy Sherry another ice pack or something because it's hot? It's actually, I'm doing okay. I'm not feeling like too Too hot. Anita just said you subscribed. Well, that's okay, Anita. We'll give you credit for it anyway, even if you've already subscribed a while ago. Oh my gosh, Barb, that's really sweet. Okay, let's see here. Yes, Joe Ellen and Cheryl are both talking about the fact that there are single rooms out there for you. And Joe Ellen said Royal Caribbean has a few ships with single rooms as well. Hi, Tina. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Okay, let's see. Jade, you're going on a cruise with P&O. Do we have any tips or suggestions? Do you need... Jade, I'm having a hard time understanding your comment. Do you need tips on the flight or the cruise? I've never been on a P&O ship, but I do believe that Emma from Emma Cruises here on YouTube just got back from the P&O Britannia and can probably offer you some tips there as well. Megan, you got some t-shirts. I cannot wait to see the photos, and you know that I'll share them on Facebook if you can send them to me. Cheryl Elliott wants to know, where's a good place to stay in Miami close to the cruise port? I get that question a lot, and I really need to save the question on my phone or something, because we haven't been to Miami much, but I am a fan of Hampton Inn hotels, and I do believe that, I'm researching this for you, by the way, I do believe that there are some good Hampton Inns in the area, but I'm gonna do a little search for you. There is another hotel that a lot of people recommend pre-cruise down there that is very inexpensive and makes people happy. Let me see if I can find it really quick. If not, I might have to get back to you on it a little bit later. There are literally just hundreds of hotels down there. So I'll have to look into it, but if I can think of the name, I'll let you know about that Miami hotel. Okay. How to get soda to the port if you fly Jazz Vance. Here's what I would do. I would actually I would recommend the second part of your question. Don't fly with the soda. Wait till you get to port and have a taxi or Uber driver, like you said, take you to a local store. You may be surprised. There may be a store within walking distance of your hotel too. So that's how we do it. We did that when we did carry-on only baggage, and we flew from Los Angeles to Fort Lauderdale. We were within walking distance of a store, and we just went and bought our own soda, and it worked out really great. So, okay. Let's see here. Sunil, you're looking for how to apply for cruise jobs. I'm not sure. That's not our area of specialty, but there is someone on YouTube that I would recommend to you, and I'm trying to think of her name right now. Oh my goodness sakes, I've just forgotten her name, but I want you to Google cruise jobs or applying for cruise jobs, and I'm sure she'll come up. I'll see if I can figure that out for you too. Please forgive me for forgetting everything today, you guys. Paul said that the Hampton Inn Brickell is a great value in Miami. Thank you, Paul. Excellent tip. Anita, we edit in Final Cut Pro. Okay, let's see here. Melanie J, no, I wouldn't bother bringing an empty suitcase, but I might bring an empty tote bag, a shoulder bag, or just carry them with you on, because you have to put them in your carry-on only. Becky, you got pneumonia on your last cruise in March. Any suggestions beside wiping down the room and washing hands? I think my husband got pneumonia on one of our cruises to Alaska, but I do not believe that there was any correlation. You probably did not pick up the pneumonia from the cruise ship. I don't think my husband, if that's what he actually had, I don't think he had it either. I think he had a cold when we came on, and it developed into a secondary infection or something. So no, I don't think there's anything you can do other than washing your hands and being cautious. But things happen, and I think the pre-cruise stress is what causes sickness for some people as well. I see a lot of questions coming in. What's wrong? Old ones. Okay, Mr. Cruise Tips TV is going to read me some older questions. I'm sorry about that. Those of you that I've missed, forgive me.
That's all right. I just don't want to let them go.
Okay.
All right, Carol is going to be using the spa for the first time on the Carnival Dream and wants to know what's all included in the spa.
I'm not sure about what's included in the spa on Carnival Dream, but hopefully they have some sort of a nice thermal suite for you, or some extra steam rooms or things like that. But if anybody's been on Dream, let's let her know.
And it might not be a bad idea to look at our Splendor spa stuff.
Yeah, I think that ship is pretty unique, though.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Amy, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Vonnie Nicole wants to know if we have any tips for cruising to the Mexican Riviera in December. How is the water? Is it rocky?
The water in December in the Mexican Riviera is fantastic, and it's really one of our favorite months to cruise. Watch our vlogs from the Miracle and the Splendor, and you'll get a ton of tips. Yeah.
Montana is going on the Carnival Fantasy in January and taking their little girl. who is 20 months old and was told there are certain places babies can't be, like the comedy club and the spa. Is there anywhere else?
Yeah, the pools. If she's not potty trained, she may not be able to go in the main pools. That's something that's very difficult for people to get their head around when they're cruising with little teeny tiny kids, is they have to be fully potty trained. They cannot wear diapers in the pool. Maybe if there's a kiddie pool they can, but not in the main pools.
Jennifer is doing specialty dining on RC with a large group that may not be doing specialty dining and wants to know if they can go to specialty dining earlier and join our big group later at 8.
Yeah, you sure could. I don't see why you couldn't do that. You could probably do both as long as you have, make a reservation for specialty and then go join. You could go join them for dessert or just another meal or whatever at 8. You should be just fine. Yeah, I don't think they'll stop you from doing that if you have a reserved table in the regular dining room. Yeah, hope that helps, Jennifer.
Tammy wants to know how lenient the cruise lines are on luggage
Got that
weight.
one already.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Sheila wants to know what is the difference between buying drinks or doing the drink package?
Sheila?
Yeah.
Okay, Sheila, there's a big difference between buying drinks individually and the drink package. The drink package means that depending on the cruise line, you either have unlimited alcoholic beverages and water and soda and coffee and things like that, or you have a set limit a day, something like up to 15 if you're cruising with Carnival. So if you buy them individually, you pay for them individually. If you buy the drink package, you pay a flat rate per day plus gratuity. So you really have to do the math. Thank you, Anna Marie Myers. That's a very generous super chat. We appreciate it.
All right, I have one more from Flyover Country.
Okay.
Let's see. They are sailing in 120 days, and they would like to know some things that they should start gathering, packing, etc., with the time that they have left at 90 days, at 60 days.
Oh, I love that question. We've done a lot of packing videos like that, but Flyover Country, that early in your cruise, what you could do is put a little teeny tiny area of your closet aside for things like clothing that you might wear to dinner, your dresses, your shirts, your ties, things you're not going to just wear in normal life. Start getting those set aside and maybe start getting your toiletries set aside. And then the rest of it you can work on a little bit later. All right. Anything else?
Barb wants to know how the water tastes.
Oh, I just saw that, so I'm caught up here. Okay. Barb, the water tastes pretty good on most cruise ships. Now, whether or not you want to drink a ton of it out of the faucet or the sinks is up to you. In the dining room, they're serving you tap water, and it tastes quite good. It tastes a heck of a lot better than where I live in California, that's for sure. I try to drink bottled water at least part of the time when I'm on a cruise because I think the desalination process on cruise ships makes me bloated for some reason, like really, really bloated. My fingers, my toes, everything. It's like I'm pregnant again, bloated. So I try to mix in some tap water here with the bottled water here and there, but it's not always possible. Okay. Yes, Descinico, you need to be very careful about the marriage license and passport not matching. Really work closely with your travel agent to fix that, okay? Because I don't want you to get turned away. So, okay. What to do in Costa Maya? Let's help Liz, guys. What should Liz do in Costa Maya? Melanie, any adults-only tips? I mean, I would choose a cruise line that caters well to adults and doesn't attract a lot of kids. Maybe if that's something, that's a really general question, but maybe a cruise line like Celebrity or maybe one of the more upscale lines might be kind of fun for you. Okay, I'm gonna back up a little bit. Let's see, how much? Oh, Natalie, if you want to tip the maitre d' to encourage your dining request to be approved, I've heard of people slipping them $20 to $40. Honestly, I don't tip the maitre d'. I'm not sure if we should be or not, but I feel like there's generally kind of high-level, officer-level people, and so I don't generally tip them for that. But, you know, if you wanted to make that happen, you probably could slip them a 20 and it might help. Michelle, I usually get my travel insurance outside of the cruise line. In my experience, I have my travel agent advise me on that, and then I go with whatever plan they recommend. Generally speaking, there should be several different plans that your travel agent can offer you. So, you know, they'll call it something different, but a silver, gold, and platinum level or whatever it may be. There are varying levels of cruise insurance, but you don't need to buy it through the cruise line, especially if you're working with a travel agent. I like your question, Kitty, about pajamas. Do we bring pajamas when we cruise? You never see it mentioned in our packing videos. It actually is often mentioned in my packing videos. I usually do show my pajamas. I usually take 1 or 2 pairs of flannel pajama pants and then a few tank tops or t-shirts to wear, and then I just wash them throughout the cruise so that I can rewear them. I don't like to take a bunch of pairs of pajamas because they take up too much space. Okay, Diane, is it worth buying gift cards and putting money on your account instead of unlimited beverage package? It doesn't really make a difference. If you're going to drink a lot of drinks in a day, then you probably need to consider the drink package. But there's a lot of different ways you can do math on this. You just have to really determine it. My rule of thumb is if you're going to drink more, on most cruise lines, if you're going to drink more than 5 to 7 alcoholic beverages a day, you should get the drink package. But that is very, very general. Hi, Daryl. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Okay. I'm backing up here, and let's see. Someone mentioned something about the pneumonia. That's interesting. Okay. Carnival Miracle, Pamela. Some of our favorite areas or things to do on the ship. One of the things that a lot of people don't know about Carnival Miracle is that they do offer tea in the afternoon in the dining rooms. And it's actually quite a lovely experience on Carnival. That's one of our favorite things to do. I love the sail away party on Carnival too. Hope that gives you a good idea. Good entertainment too. All right. Yes, Rosaline Underwood, you can request a table in the main dining room for a certain amount of people. You can't guarantee that they're going to grant that, but you certainly can. Jade Dora, yes, we often do our specialty dining on sea days just because we think it's something to look forward to and we know we're going to have a lot of time to get dressed. Instead of rushing back from a port day and trying to get all fancy, do it on a sea day. But then again, we've done it the other way too. Okay, another really great tip from Danny H. is the Hampton Inn at 777 Northwest 57th in Miami is great. Thank you, Danny. You're so good to us. Thank you, thank you. Daniel, first-time cruiser tips. We would love to give you some first-time cruiser tips, Daniel. We could go on and on for hours, but some of my best tips for you are to pack comfortable shoes. Plan, but don't over-plan. Make sure that when you go to ports that you try to get out and do something special. It doesn't mean you have to spend a lot of money, but don't just get off the ship and walk around. We usually think that that's a mistake for most people. All right, Anita said, what Carnival ship would you recommend for someone who's only cruised NCL? You like to drive to ports, so East Coast or Florida ships will be great. Well, thankfully, Anita, you have a gazillion choices because of where you live. I think you should try the newer Carnival ships for sure. Horizon or Vista would be my pick for you, without a doubt. Go for the newer ships. They're going to probably be more comparable for you. Okay. Beep 848, does Junior Editor get bored on our cruises? Very rarely does he ever get bored because he has things he can do on a ship that he doesn't have at home, like television. We do not have cable TV in our home for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons is because it's expensive and I don't want to spend the money and I really don't like what's on TV anymore. We just use Roku and streaming channels like Hulu, Netflix, whatever. But he can watch cartoons and he loves that. He can watch cartoons at home too. He can stream them anytime. But there's some kind of novelty sometimes about in watching cartoons. It's just a fun kid thing to do. He loves to swim. He loves to go in the hot tubs. He loves the water slides. He loves the people. He loves to eat. There's a million things for him to do. He makes friends with the employees in the candy store and usually gets spoiled by them. So. Tabitha, is there any particular ship we've been on more than any other? We've been on Carnival Miracle a few times. We've been on Grand Princess and Golden Princess multiple times as well. And Diamond Princess and Sapphire Princess multiple times as well. Okay. No, Sylvia, we do not worry about danger in Mexican Riviera for tourists on cruise ships because people generally stick with sanctioned tours and stay close to the port. It is not a concern for me personally. I'm a very wary traveler and I still feel safe enough to take my child there. Okay. Oh yeah, that's cool. Anthony, the NCL sale, it's probably a reduced deposit sale from what I understand. Okay. Let's get some more questions in here before we wrap up. We're going to stick around for 10 or 15 more minutes and answer a few more questions. Okay. Cruising with Wheels, are you guys going on Horizon? I didn't know that. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? I think that ship looks amazing. I love the St. Jude artwork in the atrium on that dreamscape thing. I think it's just really spectacular. Okay. Carol, good point about the drink package. I'm very impressed with what you said. That's very true. Okay, so let's help Luz Gutierrez. First time cruising, going to Alaska. Is the ship time the same as the different ports? Confused. Okay, Luz, in Alaska, if they do a time change, they're gonna let you know. From what I recall, I believe you do stay on West Coast time through the entire Alaska cruise, as far as I know. I don't remember changing time zones in Alaska, but I could be mistaken. If anybody wants to correct me, please feel free. Okay. Lots of questions coming in. Nizak, I can't answer that question, which one's better, Carnival, Freedom, or Royal Caribbean, because it depends on a lot of factors, depends on your budget, and all that good stuff. Val, is there enough to do on Carnival Magic to keep a 4-year-old out of trouble? There's enough to keep him busy, but I don't know if you can ever keep a 4-year-old out of trouble. One of our hardest cruises ever was when my son was like just turned 5, and he was a little bit of a monster at that moment. I don't know why. He generally was a really good kid. A couple of things I will tell you. There's lots for them to do. At that age, if they're still napping, try to give them their normal nap schedule. A sanity tip for you, Val, on cruising with a 4-year-old child would be, a mistake that I made was leaving the stroller at home at that age. I think that there are times when you still may need a small umbrella stroller. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but I think that when you're demanding a lot of a child at that age, like in ports and things, you need to give them a stroller and a little toy to play with to just chill out and tune out a little bit. It can be a little too much to ask for them to walk and to do a lot. So that's my tip for you. Okay. All right. So Jeff corrected me, said Alaska is 1 hour behind West Coast time, which makes sense because you're getting closer to Hawaii. Thank you for that. I just wasn't sure, and I appreciate you letting me know. Aaron agreed. Same thing with Alaska, guys. Sorry about that. Yep, you're going back an hour, but your ship time and shore time should probably match. And just read your newsletter and ask the staff. You're going to be okay. You just have to follow the instructions that the cruise line gives you. Barb, yes, rooms on Carnival, except for the older, very older fantasy class ships, do have hair dryers. You can bring your own if you need a little more power or if you have really long hair. Okay. Indy, I don't know if there is a difference between formal night or captain's ball. I think those are just both the formal nights. They're probably one and the same. All right. Corey Lynn Hall, thank you for subscribing. We saw you. We saw you. Okay. All right. Hey, Ligi, wanting to take mom through a Mexico cruise out of California. What's my recommendation for a ship and voyage? I would do a princess cruise with mom, probably out of California. I think that would be a really good choice. Maybe wait for Carnival Panorama to come next year. That could be another great one. Okay. I've never been on Celebrity, Ari Golsh. Don't have a whole lot of tips for you on that one. Go ahead.
All right, I have a whole bunch of them.
Okay.
I think you may have got this one from Michelle about our thoughts on travel insurance. Did you get that one?
Got
okay,
her.
good. Now, Canada has asked this question a couple of times now.
Okay.
I feel really bad about
Sorry,
leaving it so
Canada.
long. We are planning a honeymoon based on your videos. Alaska, late May on Princess, round trip from Vancouver, 7 days. Can you give me an estimate of the real dollars, including hidden cost, tips, excursions, and drinks? That's a tough one.
Canada, that's really, really difficult because Alaska is more expensive. So for your tips, you can find that information on the website. Whether or not you choose the drink package and specialty dining is going to make a big difference. For cash, for tipping, maybe take a few $100s. But see, the problem with these Alaska trips, and the reason I can't tell you, is because in Alaska, you can spend $500 per day per person on an excursion if you wanted to, or you could spend $0 on excursions and just walk around the port. So there's a lot of variance there. The main things you need to look at for extra costs, so this is where you want to get out your notepad, okay? Tracy, thanks for subscribing. The main things you need to look at for extra costs, Canada, are tipping, so gratuities, drink packages or extra drinks, coffee drinks, okay? Casino play, good job, Mr. Cruise Tips TV, we said that at the exact same time. Casino play, spa treatments, shopping, and all of these things can not be done at all. You could spend nothing except for gratuities on a cruise. You really could. Specialty dining, I don't know what else I've forgotten, but those are the things you need to look at. I can't give you a dollar figure though because every cruise is different. The only thing we could really roughly estimate for you would be tipping. Okay,
All right.
shoot.
Lushy77, what is something you normally forget on a cruise? Do we forget things? Nah,
We
never.
generally don't forget things on a cruise. We're getting pretty good at the packing game, but usually if I forget something, it's something small and silly, like enough Band-Aids or some kind of a toiletry, huh?
A belt.
A belt. My husband's
Socks.
forgotten his belt. Socks for formal nights. Like he'll take white socks, but forget dark socks. Yeah. Wendy, thanks for subscribing. Welcome. All right. Ooh, the Recon 1A kicking down a little super cash. Thank you, the Recon 1A. You've been with us a long time. You need to get yourself an OG Cruiser t-shirt.
All right.
Okay.
And you saw Sylvia's question about avoiding dangers in the Mexican Riviera?
Yeah, Sylvia. I don't think it's an issue right now.
All right. Then Cindy wants to know, can I go to the maitre d' on embarkation day to request a specific table on Princess?
You can, Cindy, not a specific table, but a specific type of table, like a private table, a table by the window. You can ask, but there's no guarantee. I just missed the last person who subscribed. I didn't get to shout him out. I'm sorry. What's that?
I said, well, welcome.
Yeah,
There you go.
I know.
All right. Patricia Nash wants to know, how much is the laundry on board? And I think that kind of depends on...
Yeah, Patricia, it depends on the ship. Usually you can expect to pay about $6 for a load to wash and dry, approximately. Carol Vosberg, I'm going to answer your question. Is an Alaskan cruise a lot colder in May than July? Generally, no. We've had better and warmer weather in May, which doesn't make any sense, but it's true. Go ahead.
Melanie wants to know about freebie spa tips and tricks.
Freebie?
Freebie.
There's not a lot of free stuff that goes down in the spa, Melanie. I'm sorry, but they charge a lot. The best tip for you is to watch for port day specials. That's where they reduce their prices greatly, but there's very little freeness in the spas on cruise ships, unfortunately.
All right, Mimi Cole wants to know about the Caribbean. Are there any months to avoid going there, and what area to try first if you have never gone, Western, Eastern, or Southern?
In the Caribbean, the only times that some people choose to avoid would be hurricane season. So, we're actually approaching hurricane season right now. Goes through pretty much late October, early November. I always get hurricane season wrong, you guys. I'm sorry. So, thank you very much, Jennifer, for the super chat. Tell me more about this, your cake. Do you have a photo to send me of that? I'd love to see it.
All right, Lily wants to know, and I like this question.
Okay.
Something I ask all the time. What
Yeah.
would your dream cruise be?
Oh, Lily, I think this is an old question. I think I saw it come in earlier and I didn't get to it. We have a lot of dream cruises, but one of them is a cruise to Tahiti and the South Pacific Islands. That's been a dream of ours for a really long time, but we have a ton of them. And that list just keeps growing and growing. Yeah, Michelle, if you're platinum status with a cruise line, do other people sailing with you that aren't platinum get priority embarkation with you? Depends on the line. Generally, no. Generally, platinum people are taken on before other folks, but it does vary a little bit.
Okay, one more, and then most of the old ones are cleared out.
Okay.
Hope wants to know.
Who?
Hope Nolan.
Oh, Hope, okay.
She says, I've seen you packing for cruises. How many bags should I take for a 7-day Western Caribbean cruise over
The
Christmas?
fewer bags you can take, the better. In fact, we are really starting to become dyed-in-the-wool carry-on only cruisers if we fly. So it's 1 bag per person for us, plus a very large personal item or backpack or purse or something to sling over our backs for each person. So a carry-on that is to, I guess you'd say, to code with the airlines, and then 1 extra bag. That'd be my recommendation, but you can take more if you want, but I would never go with more than 1 bag per person. Oh, like a cakewalk, Jennifer. Sorry, I misunderstood. That's cute. All right, any of the other ones for me, or are we doing okay?
We are caught up, but I just saw one from Rosaline come in. Will a birth certificate and driver's license be proper documentation for Carnival?
It depends on where you're sailing. There's certain cruises, if you go to Mexico or the Caribbean from the same port in the United States, sometimes you can cruise with just a birth certificate and photo ID, but we highly suggest that you cruise with a passport.
How are you doing over there?
It's just easier. I'm doing okay.
Are you overheating?
I'm getting a little warm, so I think we'll wrap up in about 5 minutes.
Let me try something real quick.
Okay. What are you doing? What is he doing? Did you remote control the fan on me just now? I gotta see this. Oh, that's awesome. Can you guys see this?
Now the question is,
honey.
can they hear it?
That feels so good. I'm just taking a moment with my fan. Don't mind me.
It's not just a prop.
You guys, how did you do that, sweetie? How did you remote control it? Isn't he adorable? You're adorable. Oh, I just moved my desk. Tammy, oh my goodness sakes, thank you so much for the super chat. You guys are really incredibly generous today. You do not have to do that. I always say that. But it's very heartwarming and sweet. Thank you so very much. Yes, they can't hear it, honey. They're saying they can't hear the fan. Ah, it feels so good. Thank you. I know, I don't even think turning the air conditioner back on is gonna even make a difference, you guys. Ah, thank you. It's not even blowing my hair around, huh? Not too bad. All right, let's see what other questions we have. Somebody asked about buffet food. Taking buffet food from your cabin to your cabin from the buffet. You can, but Norwegian's a little weird about it. I've seen people get stopped at the door at Norwegian's buffet and they sometimes say, no, you can't, but that's not always the case. Okay. All right. Where the bears catch fish in Ketchikan, Barb Thayer. Well, it really depends on the season, but what we like to do is we liked to go to the Alaska Rainforest Sanctuary for the bear walk, and it was awesome. You are definitely going to see some bear sightings there. Yeah. Okay. No, Nurse Lynn, we do not get our passports stamped in port. I'm just too lazy for that. Oh my gosh, Mike and Cheryl, your cruise is coming soon. It is like 7 months away now. That is so exciting. Very cool. I'm just checking to see what questions we've missed. I'm going to ask if I've missed your question. You guys, please retype it. Mass Blast, you took a wine tasting tour on DCL. Do other cruise lines offer similar wine tasting and cocktail tasting? Princess offers wine tasting, generally 2 different types of wine tasting per cruise, and they're really lovely. But yes, many of them do. Alex Moses, what suggestions do we have for husbands who are smelly in the bathroom? Why, Alex, I recommend poo-pourri for your smelly husband, or you if you're the smelly husband. I don't know who's talking here. But yeah, get some poo-pourri, spray it down before you do your business. That's what I do. Maybe a candle. Well, you're not supposed to take candles on cruises. No open flames. But you could always take a little pack of matches and light a match or something like that. If anybody has any stinky hubby tips, leave them in the comments. Okay, so Melanie, how much should you generally save for the end of a 7-day cruise? You prepay. What do you mean for the end of a 7-day cruise? I don't know what you mean, Melanie. Clarify for me. Okay. Jonathan, it's easier. Okay, yeah, definitely be aware that booking an excursion every day, if you have back-to-back ports. So if you don't have a sea day in between, booking a gnarly excursion every day can be a little exhausting. You might want to consider, if you're doing a cruise with a very port-intensive itinerary, not to book something early in the morning after you've done a really long day. So book an excursion that starts at 11 a.m. instead of 8 a.m. Sleep in a little or go for a half day. Okay, I know I'm getting a lot of help with questions here in the chat. Thank you so much to all of you for getting on that. Okay. No, I've never been on Carnival Fantasy Montana, but we have been on fantasy class ships. They're fun, but they are very old. Matthew Pizer said, do you have any tips for a new cruiser for Royal Caribbean who's cruised on Carnival and Princess? Yeah, on Royal Caribbean, Matthew, the difference is that you may feel there's a million things that you want to do on Royal Caribbean because there's so many options. I do suggest that you listen to Matt over at Royal Caribbean Blog, follow his blog and listen to his podcast for the best tips out there on Royal Caribbean, and just really think about the activities that you want to do. Melanie, after drinks and other charges, it just really depends on what kind of cruiser you are. So maybe send me a Facebook message and I can help you, okay? Mas Blas, a cruise line or destination I'd recommend for a second cruise. You did a 3-day out of San Diego and you want to do something around 7 days. It depends on whether or not you want to fly. If you want to do a 7-night Mexican Riviera and you live in Southern California, do that and you can save money and you don't have to fly. You could do a Pacific Coastal. You could even do Alaska out of San Francisco and not have to fly if you live in SoCal. So let me know. You can always message me on Facebook. Okay, let's see here. And Hillary wants to know if anybody has any excursion suggestions for Falmouth, Jamaica. Scrolling up. All right. Okay, KLAS Work, send me a picture of your new Cruise Tips TV shirt in Alaska. I really want to see it. Are there other taxes like hotels in Vegas where you have to pay extra charges. No, you have already paid for all of your taxes and everything up front, but you will pay those gratuities or service charges. Okay, service charges. No, we've never been on Valor. Okay, Megan has another stinky tip. That's a good one. Okay. Let's see. Free and breezy, do we prefer to cruise to the Mexican Riviera or Eastern cruise? Well, honestly, I'd rather cruise to the Caribbean side, or I guess what you could call Eastern Mexico, Cozumel, Progreso, because the water is just gorgeous and stunning. But the truth is that Mexican Riviera is convenient for us, which is why you see us sailing there a lot. Okay, Sierra said, is there a specific size and luggage you can bring on the Elation? No, you can take big luggage and it won't be a problem. It's not like a flight. Just take what you want to take and slide it under the bed after you've emptied your luggage. Liz, I haven't yet booked excursions to the Shipmate app, but I'm really eager to do that on our next cruise, and I probably will give it a try. I'll let you know. Okay, it looks like we are about to wrap up here, everybody. Mr. Cruise Tips TV, you have a few for me? Okay, go for it. We're going to get those last questions.
I do. One from Patricia Nash, what are the best excursions in Catalina?
Patricia Nash, best excursions in Catalina. Renting a golf cart is a ton of fun. You can snorkel if you're really brave, but the water tends to be cold. You could take an excursion to the center of the island or around the island. A lot of people enjoy the submarine tours. One of our favorite things to do is to rent a boat, even though I almost killed my husband at the end of our boat drive because I almost ran into another boat and chopped his head off. You can rent boats there. Watch our Carnival Imagination vlogs from last year or late 2016, and you'll see some fun things to do there. Yes, there are ATMs, Melanie, on the ships. Alex wants to know if there's any suggestions for Nassau that don't include Atlantis. Alex, you could do isn't it the Queen's Staircase? You could do a private island excursion. You could go snorkeling. There's a ton to do. Mimi, Caribbean areas to avoid after the hurricanes. I wouldn't avoid any of them. Get back there and give them your business. St. Martin is still a bit hard hit, but I hear San Juan, Puerto Rico is recovering beautifully, but I would go back, get back out there. Okay, ooh, great whites off Catalina, Seth. That's scary. Okay, any other ones?
I do. You may have seen this one. Kristen McCaskill, what ships are great for an Alaskan cruise? Have you seen that one?
Kristen, Princess and Holland America do Alaska beautifully. Norwegian Bliss is sailing up there too right now, and I haven't been on that ship specifically, but I hear it's getting good reviews. But Princess and Holland America really do have the most experience and the most ships sailing to Alaska right now.
Chelsea says that they booked with NCL, and now the prices have dropped by almost 50%. Is it worth a call?
Call your travel agent, call the cruise line, see if you can get an onboard credit for that price drop. You betcha. Yeah.
The last one I have is from Tina Woods, and probably going to need some clarification.
Okay.
Are the beds soft or hard?
On what ship, Tina? It really depends. Most of the time, the beds are pretty comfortable on cruise ships. Okay, Steven, did you want to try to shoot that question in there for us real quick? Go right ahead. I'll stay for a minute and help you out. Sorry about the nose running, guys. Forgive me. Okay. Let's see if I can grab a few more before.
Barb wants to know if the internet packages are worth it.
I think the internet packages are worth it. A small internet package just to have some peace of mind. Stephen, a best cabin to book for a first-time cruiser? We have a lot of videos on cabin choice, but I think a balcony is a nice way to go for your first cruise if you can. Yeah. All right. Tina, Splendor. The beds are really soft on Splendor. Really soft. Nice. Cozy. Yeah. Maybe too soft. Okay, everybody, we are going to wrap up. Thank you all so very much for being here with us today. I'm actually not boiling hot. I think we did all right. Thanks to Mr. Cruise Tips TV's remote control fan. That was really funny. But we'll see you in 2 weeks. We'll try to come back on and do another live stream on July 21st. If for any reason we can't, we will definitely let you know. Follow us on social media. It's really important that you click like and follow over on Facebook, or follow me on Instagram or something so that we can keep you up to date on when we're going to be here. We're really good about doing that. Thank you guys so much. And yes, Nina, mini suites on Princess are worth it. If you have any questions that I didn't get to today, PM me over on Facebook or leave it in the comments below here on YouTube. I will try to get to it here on YouTube, but it's getting a little cray-cray these days, you guys. Thank you all so much for being here for us. If you have bought a Cruise Tips TV t-shirt lately, send me a photo to be featured on Facebook. I can't wait to share it with the world. And until next time, we'll see you on the high seas. Thank you.
Cruiser of the Week!
click me to subscribe.